Well, I'm Tony Coombes. I've been farming in the Fentons Creek area since the early mid-eighties. I left school and did a farming apprenticeship with my grandfather and went shearing and contracting in the local area until recent years, where we've probably gained enough area to be self-sufficient on the farming side. Until the seasons have probably made things a little more challenging. Water security is probably high on the list, particularly we're in March at the moment and we've had very little runoff for a couple of years now, and the time spent carting water just limits you to whatever else you might do around the farm. So maintenance or any of those more tedious jobs that you'd like to get done over the summer aren't happening. Groundwater is not an option for us. We're a runoff area. Any water that's under the ground here is salty. Fortunately, we've had runoff off some hill country that meant I haven't had to bring water onto the farm, but we've distributed water around the farm via truck and tanks. And when it's hot, it's a daily occupation. We cart about 13,000 or 14,000 litres in a load, and with the numbers of sheep and lambs we've got, that's a load a day. So there's 2 hours gone each day not doing much other than pumping water. We start looking at the numbers and knowing how important it is to have sheep in our operation. We've only marginally reduced the numbers, but to have that ewe base to restock quickly when things change, although this may be the norm, and I think the more of what we produce we put back through the stock is probably going to be the best reward. The world's a wash of wheat and barley, and the growing protein's a little difficult in canola and lupins or whatever pulse you might choose to grow. So sheep are the best protein and that we can grow, and using grain and hay and our pastures are probably the best return. I think we've evolved in the last 15 or 20 years as it is. We've always grown canola and a few lupins that are probably a little more high risk on low rainfall years, but shorter season variety crops, sowing earlier. We've done as much as we can, we think, in minimising our risk. Livestock have been an important part of our operation, and maintaining our ewe base has been critical, that we can generate income when things do change. So we have changed, but it's been slowly because the dry seasons have been with us for quite some time. Well, I think it's critical to get out and see your friends, and being fortunate in the respect that when I left school there was a group of farmers, all my friends that I went through school with, of the same generation, went back to their local farm. So around here there's probably 10 or a dozen of us that are within a 10-year age bracket, and we have a pretty close social fraternity. The football club's important. Our local VFF branch has made up a lot of those members as well. So friends, and having probably a little more diverse group of friends too. I'm involved in other sporting clubs, cycling and so forth, and that gives you another group of people to talk to, and they're always interested to know how you're getting on, and they get an overall view of what things are like on the land. Being conservative is probably an important one. It's a good idea not to spend the money until you've got it, if you're in that fortunate situation. But being able to do most of the work yourself. I do a little bit of general construction, machinery manufacturing, hopefully being able to maintain our own gear, servicing, keeping our costs down without compromising reliability is probably one important aspect. Any other information? It's important to keep abreast of all the new technology and talk to your department people and your agronomists and resellers, because there is information there that can assist. We get it. There's probably no one big thing, but a lot of little things that all the 1%ers that make a difference.
Authorised by Victorian Government, 1 Treasury Place, Melbourne.